Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, no Andrew Luck, so we'll see Jacoby Brissett and the Indianapolis Colts as they match up with Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. I'll see you again with scores and updates at halftime. But for now, it's my distinct pleasure to hand things over to our broadcast team. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Coach, from the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. From the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. And Charles, this AFC South, the only division with 3 teams over 500 a year ago. Now here in 2019, this may be the most wide-open division in the National Football League.
In addition, it's a really improved division because for years, remember, Indianapolis ran this division. Then Houston popped up and they took over. Jacksonville almost went to the Super Bowl just 2 seasons ago. And Tennessee was in the playoffs 2 years ago and almost got back there again last year. You're exactly right. This is a wide-open division. Should be a fun one to watch.
So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Indianapolis Colts coming out here offensively, and some questions at quarterback because in the Week 9 loss to Pittsburgh, Jacoby Brissett injured early in the second quarter. Quentin Nelson fell on Brissett's leg. Indy calling it a sprain, unsure of his Week 10 status.
Yeah, and how interesting is it and actually unfortunate, Quentin Nelson pushed back. You don't see that very often. Usually he's pushing multiple people in the opposite direction. So we'll see how that injury progresses because they're saying it's a sprain. The good news, doesn't look like surgery. Hopefully he'll be back sooner rather than later. But Brian Hoyer came in, a little up and down. But remember, it was his first extended action since October 2017 with the 49ers. Threw for 168 yards and 3 touchdowns, but lost a fumble in the game.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing, Brissett. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. 7 yards there and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, it's Hines, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Texans here on 3rd down putting an extra defender in the secondary. From the gun, here's Brissett. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Here's Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 42 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. That time a 6-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Deshaun Watson and the Texans come out here, and they took care of business this past week with a victory over Jacksonville 26-3 to get to 6-3 on the year. And Deshaun Watson, once again, was really good. 22 of 28, 2 touchdowns. And remember, he got a kick to the face in that Raider game a couple weeks back, still playing with a bloodshot eye.
Not a surprise with him, though, right? I mean, didn't he play with a collapsed lung a couple seasons ago, or was it last season? Remember, he couldn't fly, and they had to drive him to games, you know? So this guy, he's the epitome of toughness. So going across the pond to play a game with a bloodshot eye, no big deal. Put up 2 touchdowns in that one. First quarterback with at least 17 passing touchdowns and 5 rushing touchdowns through his first 9 games. This guy's a gamer.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Off of play action, it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down. And you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Chester Rogers deep for Indianapolis. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Indianapolis coming back out here. And earlier we mentioned the injury to Jacoby Brissett in Week 9 against Pittsburgh. Remember, they were already without T.Y. Hilton, out for multiple weeks, injuring his calf in practice. And also center Ryan Kelly left the Steelers game as well. So the Colts now at 5-3, a little dinged up.
Yeah, to put it mildly, and when you lose your starting center and your starting quarterback, that's a big hole to fill for any team. And look at what ended up happening. A lot of mistakes happened to, what do they call them, the cardiac Colts from last year? A pick six, 2 lost fumbles, blocked extra point, and they missed a potential game-winning field goal. So add it all together, there goes a 3-game win streak out the window. They have won 5 of their last 6, though, and they will still contend in the AFC South.
Yeah, Adam Vinatieri, you mentioned the missed game-winning field goal. He hit the game winner in Week 8, but now he's just 14 of 19 on extra points and 12 of 17 on field goals. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Many times as we open a game, we talk about guys who are drafted in the 1st round, but how about the undrafted players? In this case, safety Tashawn Gibson, who's made the most of his time in the NFL, becoming a starter in the league, and since 2012 has 20 interceptions, the most for undrafted players in that time frame.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Brissett, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their 1st drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Texans taking the field again here. You know, earlier we were talking about their 6-3 start after the win against Jacksonville this past week. That also puts them in 1st place in a crowded AFC South. And all of a sudden, I think maybe they're looking like the favorite in that division over Indianapolis. What do you think, CD?
I would agree with that for 2 reasons. One, how about how they absorbed the loss of J.J. Watt, at least for a week, right? They lose him the week before. They travel across the water. They play in London, and they play really well against a good Jacksonville defense. And they end up winning the season series with the Jags for the 5th time in Bill O'Brien's 6 seasons as the head coach. And the second thing, Deshaun Watson at quarterback. When you look at that division, it has to come down to looking at the quarterback position because Jacoby Brissett got hurt for Indianapolis this past week. Who's it going to be in Jacksonville, Minshew or Nick Foles? And in Tennessee, it's the backup Ryan Tannehill. I like Deshaun Watson in that spot.
Upcoming schedule for them, by the way, Charles. They'll have their open week and then a pretty tough road. They go to Baltimore and then 3 tough ones at home against Indy, New England, and Denver. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Colts pick it up. The big fella, the 20. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. First down, Brissett. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They run the counter. Hines, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Brissett. Throw left side complete. That's Hines. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. Vinatieri's kick is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. And now a look at the defense for the Colts.
Justin Houston is truly one of the elite pass rushers in the league. Knows how to get to the quarterback with a variety of moves.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Watson. And that will be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, you're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he's got some space here. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming.
Now Brissett. That'll be caught by Rodgers. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Brissett now. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And Pascal's got it. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Brissett sets to throw it and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Now a play fake, and it's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. He finds his running back, Hyde. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Hyde. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Hyde, 27 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a Carlos Hyde touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A first down throw for Brissett. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Brissett. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hines. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines, but it'll be 2nd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
On 2nd down now. It's Hines. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. This is Hines. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
False start, offense.
They get the all-pro guard there, Quentin Nelson. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Here's Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From the red zone now, Brissett hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports.
Right there in the middle, 55. I got you.
They'll try to run with Hines. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. A throw out wide caught by Pascal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. From the gun, here's Brissett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And now out comes Houston. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, defense.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Mr. Hyde, he enjoyed playing across the pond over in London. 19 carries, 160 yards in Week 9. His most rushing yards in a game since 2016 when he was with the 49ers. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Now a run with Hyde. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Anthony Walker, the other Colts linebacker with over 100 tackles a year ago, making the play there. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Watson throwing quickly to Hopkins. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Watson. Complete. It's Johnson. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw is incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
CD, we're already firmly in the month of November, so I want to go ahead and take a look at the AFC playoff picture. Right now, division leaders, New England, Baltimore, Houston, and KC. If it ended today, the wild cards would go to Buffalo and Indianapolis. I mean, you think those are going to be the 6? Probably some shuffling along the way.
There will be some shuffling along the way, maybe more in seeding than in actual teams, because when you look into who's in the wild card hunt right now, Pittsburgh, Oakland, both 4-4. Tennessee and Jacksonville at 4-5. The way teams are playing, they may just knock off each other. I think all the teams we listed have a heck of a chance of making it to the playoffs.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. We get a glance at Duke Johnson as he heads back out onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Throwing on second down. Watson. It's complete to Fuller. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's Brian Anger now. He's been terrific so far. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Throwing, Brissett, looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Chester Rogers that time, and it's 3rd and 4. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Brissett. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
Check 41. Check up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Brissett, throw complete there, Rogers. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Now Carlos Hyde gears up to take the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Second and 9 now from the 21.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full street.
Out of the gun, Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
Sack City. Sack City.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19. To throw is Watson. Johnson's got it complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. On the counter, this is high. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
Yeah, not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
It's our time.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson, and he'll find Akins there, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Let's go. Pick it up, G.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Set. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
They'll run for it with Hyde. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Hyde with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Texans have taken the lead. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. That time a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by a Carlos Hyde touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis in this first half of action. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Stepping aside from this game for a second, how about us being in Week 10 of the NFL season right now? That makes me want to resurface that MVP talk we had earlier in the year. Who do you have right now leading in the MVP race?
Is this quarterbacks edition only, or can we actually bring other people into it?
Yeah, go wherever.
Because the league does tell you that MVP can be anyone, but numbers show us it's really got to be a quarterback. So let's just start there, right? Russell Wilson in Seattle. I think he has to be a prime guy. I think you have to look at Tom Brady, all right? It's always Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes, if he can get back into the lineup and be his usual self, he could get into this race again and maybe defend his crown. And Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay has really come on in recent weeks despite a stumble against the Chargers this past week. But how about Lamar Jackson? I mean, what he's doing with Baltimore and their win over New England, you get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And let's look at Carlos Hyde now. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Watson now to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Watson now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Man, I got you. Hey, alert 3.
Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They run high. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Watson. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run the counter. Hyde. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Hyde. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A 10th carry for Hyde. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
This is that. 19. And go.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Jamal Sheard on the stop. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Here's Hyde. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Watson. Open man is QT, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. From the red zone now, Watson, and the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go!
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
We're set on first down. That's into the hands of Pascal. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight... And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 48 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
So what did you say earlier, my man? You said one big play away from getting back in this game. And guess what? There it was.
Yeah, we talked about it, that despite the scoreline, they were that close on the road, and boom, there you go.
Well done, Nostradamus.
And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. Here's Brissett. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Watson, operating from the gun. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
You must be dreaming. Time to go.
Watson now going to run the option right. He may try and run for this. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. But he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts 20. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. The toss play. This is high. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
What is that? 19! Come on, come on, come on.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. He's got Fuller. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
We're set. 19. Mike 50. They gonna need some therapy after this.
Watson now from the gun on 3rd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jordan Akins there to make the grab. And the Texans push further out in front.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the third quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And they'll start on the ground with Hines. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
I'm here all day.
On second and a yard, Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action now. Brissett. Ebron caught left side. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Eric Ebron, 57 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Vinatieri now for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now Carlos Hyde gears up to take the field again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive with Hyde. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Hyde. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So following the run by Hyde, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Check pass, check pass.
They'll try the air now with Watson. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Check my 50. Watch the slants. Watch the slants.
Here's Watson, option left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the 1st. They run with Hyde. He's been the bell cow tonight. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Watson off play action. Going deep for Hopkins. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 40 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
the bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. To throw is Brissett. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Out of the gun, Brissett. A good throw here, finding Pascal. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Hines. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, it didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he's got Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Now Brissett. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the delay, here's Hines. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the red zone now, Brissett hits his target to tight end Mo Alley-Cox. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They run with Hines. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And let's look at Carlos Hyde now. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Handoff comes to Hyde. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He finds Hopkins complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
The Texans on 3rd down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Watson finding fouls complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You got nothing. Check.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Check. 25. Bunch formation.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First down, Brissett. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Angelo Blackson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing. Brissett. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. And after the early struggles, we've seen the uptick in his numbers. Do you think maybe it was a meeting on the sideline to say, hey, get me the ball. I'm a key part of this offense.
Those guys don't wait to get to the sidelines. They say it in the huddle on every snap, get them the ball. But I think what happens is, similar to a great running back, have some patience, have some confidence, and just know that over the course of a game, your talents are going to win out. You're going to find a way to make plays, and I think that's what we're seeing here. He's finally figured out some things they're doing to him on defense, and he's adjusted accordingly.
To throw is Watson. Open man is QT, complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A throw out wide to QT, complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes
and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. That sack by the DN, Danico Autry.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Check 55.
A first down throw for Brissett. That's into the hands of Pascal. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Got it complete to Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in.
Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Brissett sets to throw it. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 4 yards out, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
From the gun, here's Watson. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Colts getting ready to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Rodgers brings it in.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Brissett. He's got Jack Doyle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Brissett looks to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Brissett. A good throw here, finding Pascal. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Again, it's Brissett. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll run on first down. Hines. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Brissett. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They run again with Hines. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Good night, everybody.